What's going on, everybody? It is Triple Crown 24 back, and I'm pretty excited about today's mail day. I'm always excited to get mail in, but this one is a long time coming. I have completed a set that I started way back in 2013, and I've gotten the last 6 cards I needed today, and now I can do a showcase of the full set. If you have seen the thumbnail, you know exactly what it is, but that would be the Triple Crown Relic set. So I'm going to show off all 10, and then I'm going to leave you at the end with a still image of all 10 of the cards together. So each one has a little bio on the back talking about his trip to the Triple Crown, so I'm just going to read that off and give you my memory of watching that game or remembering that moment. So here we go. This is the first one. This is one that I've had for a while. I believe this was the third one I got. It wasn't all that long ago. And it says, April 8th, Comerica Park. In one of the wildest games of the year, Cabrera's 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth pulled the Tigers even with the Red Sox 10-10. After Boston scores twice in the 11th, Detroit answers with 3 more in a rally started by Miguel's single. So I remember this very well because it was the first day at work of my job, and I had missed the first couple of innings. So when I eventually got home, it was just a wild game, and this was the second game of the season, and it was the year that we had first gotten Prince fielders. So to see Cabrera hit 2 home runs in that game, and then Prince also hit 2 home runs in that game, it was just a sign of things to come for that season and what those two could do as a unit there in the middle of the lineup. Here's number 2. This one I acquired not all that long ago. Give you a good look there at the front. They're very similar in design, so there's not going to be too much deviance here, just a bunch of different poses. April 27th, Yankee Stadium. A third-inning single accounts for Cabrera's 1,000th career RBI. At 29, he is the 6th youngest hitter to ever reach that milestone behind Mel Ott, Jimmy Fox, Alex Rodriguez, Ken Griffey Jr., and Lou Gehrig. So 4 Hall of Famers and A-Rod, who's probably will end up in the Hall of Fame. I know that some people are questionable because of his the steroid stuff on him, but I think that eventually he'll get there. I don't know how long it will take, but I think eventually all the steroid guys will make it into the Hall. But I don't really remember that game all that well, but the fact that he is with that group of names right there shows you what kind of company Miguel Cabrera is with. So here is one of the new ones I picked up, first of the 6 new ones. This is the third one. July 22nd, so this one skips ahead a lot. A lot of these are towards the end of the season. Cabrera's second home run of the day, a 457-foot bomb and a 6-4 win over the White Sox, is the 300th of his career. At 29 years, 95 days of age, he is the 11th youngest man to achieve that total and the 5th active player to get there before turning 30. And really, this was when we were pretty sure that he was going to become a 500 home run club guy. He's slowed down in recent years due to injury. He is 31 away at the time of recording. Hopefully he has a few more by the time you see this video. Otherwise, that's not a good sign. But I'm really hoping he gets there. I would like to see him get to 3,000 hits and 500 home runs before he calls it a career. Here is one that I actually pulled from packs myself, and I'm very... I don't know how to put it. I have a lot of sentiment behind this card. It was just really cool. I remember pulling it out of the pack. It was so awesome. And they actually came in packs as redemption, so it took a while to get this. This one is August 5th at Comerica. Things look hopeless with the Tigers trailing Cleveland 8-5 with 2 outs and nobody on in the 10th. But following 2 walks and 2 hits, Cabrera homers to secure a 10-8 victory and the team's largest extra inning comeback since 1935. This one I have a lot to talk about because I remember watching this game, and the Tigers went through this funk earlier in the year where they could not win consecutive games. They went like a month and a half where they did not win consecutive games, so they basically hovered around 500 because they would win one day, then they lose the next, so they never really went on any kind of streak. And they were kind of falling behind to the White Sox in the Central, and they were expected to be the clear-cut favorites to win the division. The Indians had given them a lot of problems, and Chris Perez, I don't believe, had blown a save all year, and he blew the save against the Tigers when they were down in extra innings, and Cabrera hit a home run, and it was just, that was the sign that things were going to turn around for that season, I would say. Here's number 5, a new one as well. August 14th at Target Field, Cabrera begins to hint at a Triple Crown run when his single against the Twins makes him the first player of the season to reach 100 RBI. He, Harry Heilman, and Charlie Gehringer are the only Tigers players to attain the century mark 5 straight years. So he's up there with 2 of the first Hall of Famers from the Tigers. Gehringer was elected in '92, but he was one of the players who played the earliest who got elected into the Hall of Fame. So that's pretty good company again. I remember watching this game because I was at the game the night before. I don't believe that he did anything at that one, but I was at the August 13th game at Target Field, and I don't think he did anything there, but I know that he was getting close, so I was hoping to see his 100th RBI there. Here's number 6. September 4th, Cabrera is announced as the AL Player of the Month for August, joining Alan Trammell as the only Tigers players ever to receive that honor more than once. Miggy, who won previously in July of 2008, had batted .357 with 8 homers, 24 RBIs, 19 runs, and 16 contests. And really, I thought that was kind of surprising that he only has won it twice. I don't know if he's won it again since then, but it actually does make a lot of sense. There are some times where guys will go on some hot tears, some guys who are very streaky hitters who can sometimes put together a really solid month and then kind of fade away. I know there's some guys who start off really hot in April and then fade into kind of average players for the rest of the season. So Player of the Month is very difficult to do. It's not quite as hard as an MVP, I would say, but the fact that he only has 2 Player of the Months and 2 MVPs, to my knowledge, is kind of crazy. He might have won more Player of the Months. I probably should know that as a Cabrera super fan here, but it is what it is. Number 7, September 18th, Cabrera's push for the crown begins in earnest in a 12-2 defeat of Oakland. His 3-for-4, 6 RBI day keeps him on top of the batting and ribby categories, while his 39th and 40th homers, the second a grand slam, leaves him 2 behind Josh Hamilton. And I believe this is when he took over the RBI lead and he really didn't look back after this point. I could be wrong. His batting average was pretty solid. I think he kind of raised it a lot towards the end there. Trout was right around him, and so was Beltre. Those were the top 3 guys in the American League. But he never really felt like he was in danger to lose the batting title. I'll focus on my camera. There we go. Here's number 8. This is one I've had for a little bit now as well. September 29th, with 4 games to play at the end of the day's action. Like I said, these are all kind of towards the end of the season here. Cabrera finally pulls even with Josh Hamilton for the AL home run lead at 43 with a 3-run shot in Minnesota. Miguel seems assured of maintaining his RBI lead of 11 and .006 edge in batting. And his batting, I believe that's where it ended at, was that. And he also had an 11 RBI lead over, I want to say, Josh Hamilton or Edwin Encarnacion. I forget who it was, but really it wasn't too much of a threat. Really, the home runs was the biggest concern for him because Curtis Granderson was also right there, and he ended up with 43 as well as Josh Hamilton. I remember Rod Allen, who was the color commentator at the time, making the call that Cabrera had just pulled even with Hamilton, and that call always, whenever I go back and watch his 2012 highlights, I kind of just echoes that he was going to win it, like it was a foreshadowing moment. Here's number 9. This is the classic smile that I kind of see on him when he hits a home run and like he knows he got a good swing on it. October 1st at Kauffman Stadium as Detroit clinches the AL Central Division title with a win over the Royals. So as again, like I said, the division chase was a lot closer than it should have. There is a gripping sidebar. Cabrera homers for the 44th time to pass Josh Hamilton and stands alone in every Triple Crown column with 2 games remaining. And you know what happens there. Number 10, here it is. October 3rd, the game's first Triple Crown since 1967 in hand. Cabrera departs to a standing O in the 4th inning at KC. Miguel's 44 homers top the list by 1. At 333, he finishes .004 up in the batting race, which was above Mike Trout, and he runs away with the RBI title at 139. He won that by 11 RBI, so it really wasn't close. The home runs was his most contested category, so there you have it, Relic number 10. Hopefully you enjoyed the little history and the little review here of the Triple Crown. When I laid these all out and kind of assembled them together, it kind of felt like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet when he got all the stones. Spoiler for Infinity War there, but the movie's been out for a year and a half now. I'm sure everybody has seen it. Well, one last look here. I'll go through each of them really quickly, and then I will leave you here at the end with a shot of all 10 lined up. It's just, man, I love that picture, and to hold all these in one place is just amazing. Like I said, 6 years ago is when I pulled that first one, the 4th relic from a pack. It was a redemption, which these are all redemptions that have had to be fulfilled, so you can't pull these straight out of packs anymore since the redemptions are long expired. Makes them very difficult to find, and I am super excited to cross this off my Cabrera collection list. I feel that these are a must-have for any Cabrera collector, and now I have acquired all 10. So there you have it. There's the stack. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Here comes the shot here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this set down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.